No other time in the building history do we have a better understanding of what we built and what we can build. Home Building Crossroad can be a way for people to understand that our goal is to put a house in a position for success. Hey, Unbuild It Podcast, Steve Basic Architect. I'm live down here somewhere in Texas, and I'm on a job site. Just looks pretty cool right there, doesn't it? So what you're looking at is, this is actually a platform on a series of steel columns that will be a house. It's a certified passive house, single story, that's going to be built there. And then this moment frame structure here, well, that's the exterior porch, and because there's no interior walls there, this had to get built like a moment frame so it can take lateral loads in that direction there. So pretty cool stuff. Let's go down and take a closer look at some of the details here. Like I said, it is seeking passive house certification. You can see here, here's that connection. We have the concrete footing, steel pipe column up to a saddle there, grabs onto that LVL beam. LVL beam is connected to, the LVL column here, series of metal plates and bolts. There's an interior plate here that goes up through the middle of that too, that also has a series of bolts there that makes up that moment connection there. If we take a walk over here, you can see down the wall here that they stopped the sheathing, and then there's actually a little curve there, and you can see the wall actually has a curve that goes into the floor frame. So I'm told they have some bent plywood already that is going to come out, and it's going to sheathe this and come all the way up and bite onto that piece, so the curve of that moment frame gets continuous around here. If we dive into the frame a little deeper, you notice here they're using the T-stud, and in an effort to develop that curve here, you can see down the wall, they actually provided some additional blocking on the top of the wall here that will help make up that curve. But they have that T-stud in there that helps to thermally break this wall system, right? That you don't have continuous wood touching in full continuity. We do have it at, the metal dowel there, but you don't have it in these areas over to the left and the right of the dowel. So it heavily minimizes that thermal conductivity. And looky here, what do we have? We might be in Texas, but lo and behold, that's the Missouri corner right there. You can see we have the T-stud laying down and then the T-stud coming up, and yeah, so even in Texas we got the Missouri corner going on. So let's take a walk around. It's much easier to get a picture of the floor frame down the back. Here's a shot again of that moment frame here and how it comes down. We'll just take a walk around. We'll come up under here. We'll be able to talk about the framing a little bit better. So you can see we have a series of columns here and a row of columns up the front. We have an LVL beam that goes across and connects to the columns. And then we just have a series of floor trusses that grab on. As we walk down here, you can see all the core elements in the house here. Water in, sewer out, electrical in, all of that stuff has kind of been temporarily stubbed there to come up into the core of the house. It's a very interesting project. Over here we have water storage and rain catchment. Behind me we have project storage, but we also have solar panels here. So the not only is the house off grid, but the whole construction operation here is off grid. And if you can see through the trees, they have what they call the power pod over there, which is nothing more than another container, and you can see some more solar panels, but that's set up to be the temporary site office and power distribution and power storage, battery storage for the job site. So the idea of this whole G-Pod is that they can go anywhere USA, basically develop a job site, and then build your zero energy or passive house or whatever it is, and then turn it over to you, and then you can live the net zero energy life. So anyways, we'll finish with that shot. It's pretty cool. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that tour, and more to come in the future.